Welcome to my channel and thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be a leg/booty day. I start my leg/booty days off with some kind of cardio warm-up. I'm doing each of these for about a minute, no longer than 5 minutes for this warm-up. This is just to kind of activate the glutes and just get my legs kind of warmed up and the blood flowing and pumping. I then go into some dynamic stretches just to kind of open my legs up, open my hips up, and I'm kind of mimicking the exercises that I'm going to be doing during the workout. I'm starting this workout with some hip thrusts. I pretty much have hip thrusts in my workout every single week because I want to get really strong at them, so progressive overload is real. I'm doing what's called a KAS hip thrust, which is basically just a half rep hip thrust. I do start out with a band for my lighter weight, and as you can tell, I'm giving myself a little bit of a pause at the top so that I maintain and push through for optimal contraction. That was a tongue tie. I'm also making sure that I'm pushing through my heels, and I'm making sure that the contraction that I have throughout this exercise, I never let it go. I'm holding my glutes the entire time. I then go into some B-stance RDLs. These are my absolute favorite version of RDLs. The leg placement just helps so that I can push my hips back and not feel like I'm going to fall back. At this time, I'm asking you to like, comment, and subscribe so that you can see more of my workouts. Now, back to the RDLs. I am pushing through my hips and I'm pushing through my heels. And I'm making sure that I'm pushing my hips back. In my head, when I'm doing this exercise, I'm thinking more push back, sit back, as opposed to go down. I don't want my upper body using and pulling that weight. I want my lower body to control the motion of that weight. I have my chin tucked in so that I'm trying to keep my neck, my spine aligned the entire way through. And I'm also allowing a bend in my knee. That bend in my knee is helping me to target my glutes a little bit more and hit my hamstrings a little less. Now the hamstrings gonna get hit either way in this exercise, but so that I have a little bit more glute focused, I'm bending that knee and squeezing the entire time. As I go back, I'm squeezing. As I come up, I'm squeezing. I have crazy mind to muscle connection during this exercise. And as you can tell, I try to be big and bad and not use the bench. That doesn't work for me very well. Your girl has no equilibrium. Next, I'm going into my sumo squat. Now, I'm starting out with a light weight in this so that I can take advantage of the light weight. I am pushing my hips back as I did with my RDL before I go down into my squat. This just gives me a little bit more emphasis on the glutes and the hamstrings and a little less in my quads. I'm not going to do this for every single set, but since the weight is so light, it doesn't hurt my lower back, and my lower back does start to hurt pretty easily. Next, I'm moving into my regular stance. I'm pushing through my hips. I am squeezing my glutes as I go down. I'm contracting at the bottom so that I can push through to the top. I'm also not standing up all the way. As you can notice that my knees are not locking. I am stopping at the point where I feel optimal glute contraction, the point where my body says, okay, this is where you feel the most contraction. This is where you need to stop and you need to squeeze.